Okay, everyone. First off, I want to say I know I rarely ever make videos over Iron-Blooded Orphans. Like, I don't even remember, honestly, the last time I made a video over Iron-Blooded Orphans, but this newest episode, being episode 21, really got to me, and I definitely wanted to talk about it just briefly. This isn't going to be no crazy long video. It's probably going to be like 2 minutes or something because I only want to talk about one thing. And before I move forward, I just want to say, if you haven't watched the newest episode of Iron-Blooded Orphans, being episode 21, just click off the video, go watch the episode, and then come back here. But if you don't want to be spoiled at all, just click off the video. And what I'm talking about, if you're still here, you don't want spoilers, then you better leave. But what I want to talk about with this 21st episode, briefly, is Biscuit's death. And it really got to me, him being one of the main characters. And I mean, we got 3 red flags in this episode for either Biscuit or Orga's death. I was assuming Biscuit because I don't think they would throw Orga out. But Biscuit, we got 3 red flags with him. The first one starting off with his 2 sisters, Cookie and Cracker, back at home, wondering when Biscuit, if he was ever going to come back to Mars, ever going to come back home, and all that stuff. So that was the first red flag. The second one was Orga and Biscuit talking about the future of Tekkadan, and they agreed to talk about it after this whole thing that was going down in this episode with Galahorn moving in. And we know from the last episode that they got in a little argument about the future of Tekkadan. They were kind of ignoring each other, but they came together again in this episode, and they agreed that they would talk about the future of Tekkadan after everything that was going on. So that was the second red flag there. And the third one was Orga talking to Marybit about how he didn't get to tell Biscuit that he wanted him to stay in Tekkadan, because Biscuit from the previous episode said he wanted to quit Tekkadan, but Orga didn't get to tell Biscuit he wanted him to stay in Tekkadan. And Marybit was like, oh, you'll have plenty of other times to talk to him about it or tell him once this whole thing is over. And then comes Biscuit's death. And the thing that I found is so, like, crazy, like, it's fitting, but it's so fucked, is that in Japan, it's like National Biscuit Day or Biscuit Day, and it just happens to be February 28th, the date of the newest Iron-Blooded Orphans episode is the same day in Japan, Biscuit Day. Like, my goodness, man. But this definitely got to me. Biscuit, one of my favorite characters in Iron-Blooded Orphans, and just how it was done just really got to me. And I want to know what you guys thought of the 21st episode of Iron-Blooded Orphans and Biscuit's death, because it definitely got to me, and that's really the only thing I wanted to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.